All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and this is your weekly Zer location and loot PSA. He's in the tower, in the hangar, in the usual spot. For weapons, he's got the Huckleberry, which is an exotic SMG. One of my personal favorites. I think this thing is beast, and actually shreds people, especially in PvE, is really, really good. So if you don't have that, make sure to grab that bad boy. The Raiden Flux is an exotic chest piece. It gives chained arc staff hits, buff damage and duration. This thing used to be really good back in the day. Probably still good, and with the recent changes coming up, maybe it will be even more viable, but at this point in time, I don't know. So this roll has really low recovery. So overall, a pretty average roll at best. Insurmountable Skull Fort is the shoulder charge Ape Titan helmet. You get basically infinite shoulder charges with this. People who do shoulder charge love this. Shoulder charge is getting the hard nerf though, so this will probably be used a lot less. And with a 21 mobility roll and 3 recovery, it's probably a pretty bad roll, if I'm being honest. Apotheosis Veil. We've got ability energy on Supercast, and allies get energy. I don't really see much people using this at all, so I'm going to say it's an average exotic. And the roll is not too bad, though, with 17 recovery for the Warlock is really good, and 63, so a decent roll on an average exotic. This Dire Promise is probably the best weapon, maybe the Keening as well. Snapshot, Elemental Capacitor, Pended Mag is actually a decent roll. Obviously, last week he had the Snapshot Rangefinder roll. I would say that's the better roll than this, but, you know, depending on which subclass using Elemental Capacitor can be really nice. We got an Enigma's Draw with Opening Shot Rapid Hit. That's not very good at all. False Promises, and this is a terrible roll. And an Icarus Sniper Rifle, another bad roll. Box Breathing, been nerfed into the ground. First and last out with Auto-Loading Demolitionist. Not going to be good for PvE or PvP, really. An Honor's Edge, trash roll. And this Keening does have Rapid Hit and Surrounded. Now, Surrounded often will get you killed in endgame PvE. You can't really get that close to enemies, but in low-end PvE, this could be a shred. This sidearm could shred people. Could run through some strikes with it. And in terms of armor, he has great armor this week. We got 60, 62, 61, and another 62. So the armor is amazing for the Hunter. Definitely worth grabbing some 60 plus armor on all Hunter slots there. That's a wrap for this PSA. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Later.